What's up, people? Welcome back. Again, just want to start things off by saying thank you so much for continuing to tune into these vlogs. And today's one is really interesting, man. You know what? I only decided to do today's vlog yesterday. I had something completely different planned, but you know, I watched something very interesting yesterday, and a program about the internet and the development of it, and I just thought, man, there's a really interesting topic here about what I'm going to speak to you guys about today, and I just had to get it out there, you know. So that being said, we're going to speak about video games and reality today. Yeah, I know you guys are excited about that one because I'm excited. So you know, the whole esports, e-gaming industry right now is huge. I think we all know that. It's been a growing market for the past 5 years, and it's now got to the stage where it's on a level of extreme popularity and extreme interest from all over the world. Some places, some nations, some continents more than others, but right now it's at a huge level, so much so that media corporations and industries are investing their own content strategies and content delivery plans into developing an esports or e-gaming scene. That being said, is it gone to a level where gaming, you know, where using one of these, right, has become so involved in a person's life, yeah, that it's no longer just another form of digital entertainment, digital media for them, but yet it's a solid form of reality? Now you might say, you know, now we all know a game is a game, you play it on the screen, you use a control pad, blah, you sit for a couple of hours, you do something else again. Now let me tell you right now that this whole industry has blown up on a scale of unbelievable proportion that it probably has become a reality for some. Now let's take a trip over to South Korea, right? You know, we're at a huge gaming event, League of Legends, whatever. Do you know what? Do you know for some of these gamers, right, it is not uncommon for them to wear diapers, nappies, you know, what babies wear, so that they can go to the toilet, do their number one, maybe even do their number two while playing the game so they don't lose points. Has that game not become a reality for them? Do you know that there are people serving up food to these people playing video games, like a waiter, like a waitress, so that they don't have to get up and look for food themselves, so that they don't lose points? Did you know that there is an illness that is currently going around with some gamers, where they are getting their legs clean amputated, cut off, because they are restricting their natural bodily needs, the needs of their limbs? Right, let's think about it, right? The human body, okay, right, we have limbs, we have legs for a reason. We have legs to move our legs. That's why we have adapted and evolved that way, so that we have legs to move them, right? If you're sitting down playing a video game for 20 hours straight, there's something wrong there. You're not using your body in the way it's supposed to be used. So obviously we're gonna have some complications, some issues. Yes, there are players getting their legs cut off, yeah, clean, chopped off, cut off, amputated, because they are restricting the movement and developing illnesses for themselves. Now you tell me, has these games not become a reality for people? Right? You're wearing nappies, you're wearing diapers, yeah? Yeah. You ain't 1 year old, right? You got people serving you up food. Yeah, you ain't no king, right? You're getting your legs cut off, right? Before you probably even reach 30 years old. Yeah? Has this not become a reality for some people? We need to understand that this industry is so big right now, right? Like, people under the age of 30 are getting, you know, their faces being shoved into the media limelight, the fame, the money, right? Anything you can wish for, yeah, under the age of 30 is gonna have an effect. And it's such a growing industry that there's so many opportunities for people to make it big right now and such. It's still young, it is still young, such a young and fresh scene, that they're investing all this time into it. They're thinking, you know, what's the point of studying? You know, I'm not going to sit down and study for another 4 years of my life when I can play video games, something that I love doing, and make mad money from it. So do you know what? Actually, it's not actually a leisure thing for me. It's not actually entertainment. It's a form of reality. It is my life. It is my world. It's a real thing for me right now. Yeah, and that's what these people are thinking. And you know, it's going to cause these complications, and eventually we're going to get to a stage where, you know, it's no longer about, you know, the book smarts, so that it's about the video game smarts. Now, think about that. You grow up in a world where people are saying, learn your book, read your book, yeah, educate yourself in school. Like, nah, I don't want to. You know why? I ain't gonna get no money. You know what I can do though? I can play video games. I can learn my video games. And that's where my money's gonna come. Let's move on a little bit. I'm very into my astronomy and my cosmology, right? I like learning about space and what's out there and all that. I'm very interested in that kind of thing, like I'm sure a lot of other people are. A long time ago, I was watching a documentary on, you know, space exploration and are we the only ones kind of thing. And something, I don't remember the scientist's name at the moment. He's very respected, but he said something that kind of stuck with me. A bit of AI, artificial intelligence, coming at you right now. He's like, what if, and this is all, everything is what if, because everything is theory when you speak about these things. He's like, what if we're living in a simulation? Yeah. Think about that for a second. What if we're living in a simulation where we actually don't control our own destiny, or we don't decide what path we're taking, yet we are being controlled by something higher, or a group of higher entities? You know, I'm not going to talk about God or anything. I'm not a very religious person, you know, so we're not talking about a higher power in that sense. Although if you want to interpret it like that, you can interpret it like that. But it got me thinking, because he did also, when he said a simulation, he also did say something about video games and how we control video games, and the characters that we control in these video games are being, we are causing them to do the actions that they do. And there's a video game, very popular one, or at least it used to be popular, called The Sims. I'm sure you guys know about it, The Sims. Whereas when you're creating your little family, whereas if you're cooking up some food and you leave the stove on and you shut down the game and you turn on the game the next day, your whole house is burnt down because you left the stove on. Like, games that intelligent. And it got me thinking, if we are, us humans, right, if we're intelligent, so clever to create a game like that, whereas you can create your own family, you know, you can have relationships with people through a video game like The Sims, like when you leave the stove on and you go out with your mates and you come back and turn the game on and your whole house is burned down because you forgot to turn the stove off. This is an example of a higher power in humans allowing other beings, yeah, these Sims are beings, to create movements and have actions. Now, if we can do that to something else, because remember, these games are artificial intelligence. It's artificial intelligence. We've made this intelligence, and then they again have minds for themselves, you know, in these games. Why can't we also be a simulation of something else? Why can't we, right, be a school project of the equivalent of a 7-year-old primary school child's science project in some outer world? Yeah, why can't we be that project? Now, okay, I hear you. I'm going outside of the whole video game thing here. But The Sims is a video game. And it is a reality. It's become that whole simulation reality. So you look at our reality and you look at, why couldn't we be a video game of reality? So I've spoke about two different sides here. And you see the point that I'm getting at, right? There's a whole reality of addiction and what that's meant for young people today that are involved in this thing. And then there's a whole more scientific reality of AI. Whereas digital and artificial intelligence become an actual real world form of life? And if so, what does that mean? What does it mean for virtual reality? Look at the development of that. Where is that going? You know, I'll tell you now, 20 years ago, well, let's say 25 years ago when I was born, that we wouldn't have imagined that we can put on a headset and be inside of a game. Like inside of a game. Yeah? That's what virtual reality is now. Now I played this game called Dark Souls, wicked game and proper hard, but like RPG, you know, you got your knight with your sword, you got some magic, you got some fire, you dash out the enemies and all that, yeah? Imagine if I put on this VR headset, right, and I'm in that game. I'm in that game and I've got my sword and I'm fighting monsters, and bang, 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 spell, firebomb. That's coming. And you know what that is? It's reality. You are real in the game. Think about it. Guys, I'm Nat Black Heaven. Peace out to you.